Now today we're replacing the old factory radio. As you can see, it is a number of years old. Clearly the screen is shot. It does work, but really it's old and tired with a brand new double DIN radio. I'll talk more about this in a moment. Let's get started. Now, if this is all new to you, you really only need three things if you are replacing your vehicle's radio. The first is a dash kit. Now, this was less than $30. Metra is the biggest in the business. You simply visit their website, list the vehicle that you're working on, and you'll find the exact kit that you need. This accepts both single DIN, that's your thinner radio, and double DIN. This is known as a double DIN radio. It is a 7-inch display. This is touchscreen as well. This cost me just $120. I will link it below if you do want to check it out. You can even hook up subs, steering wheel control. You can mirror your iPhone, Android device. Really, the capability is pretty amazing. And it does include a rear view camera if you do want to wire it up. Then the third thing you need is the wiring. Now, typically wiring could be 20, 30 bucks, but your more modern vehicles, if you have Bose, built-in amplifier, in my case, I have OnStar, door chimes, then the wiring can get pretty expensive. This kit is $110. So this was just as much as the radio. Maybe I can find it used, I didn't even look, but nonetheless, you have your wiring harness, and then these two connectors came with the radio. Now, I'm not going to show on how to wire this. I did this many years ago. I will link that video below. It has almost close to 2 million views. Very easy to follow. But you see this came with the radio. There we go. So you simply take the harness connectors that come with the radio and you just match yellow to yellow, red to red, black to black, etc. And that's it. You won't use every wire. Sometimes you won't, but nonetheless, those are the three things. Dash kit, in my case, about $28. Radio, $120. This was $110, so roughly 300 bucks. And I'm ready to rock and roll. So now let's go ahead and install it in the vehicle. Before we button everything up, let's verify that it powers on. So this, let's see, plugs in here like so. This goes here. This goes here. This is steering wheel controls, which I really don't need in this case because I don't have radio controls on this vehicle on the steering wheel. And these are, or this is the harness connector that came with the radio. There's just two of them. I'm not hooking up amps or anything, just a simple swap. Okay, now let's turn on the vehicle. Okay, here we go. That's a good sign. Hold on. So everything works. Just to show you very quickly, let's see, home. And there you go. So we can set this up in a moment. Let's put everything back together. And here we are just a few days later. So far, I found just 2 faults with this radio, but for $125 as of today, It is an unbelievable deal. And this is not sponsored by any means. I paid for this. And if you like what you see here, I will link this radio below. Now, let me first show you how long it takes to connect by Bluetooth. And why else would you buy this radio? Because you want this kind of capability. So if this is new to you, essentially, CarPlay means your phone is now being mirrored, in a sense, onto the screen. The touch screen is terrific. It works flawlessly. If the screen looks a little dull, that's because I still have that protector. I still have to remove it. Everything is right here. The sound is terrific. Certainly a lot better than that old GM radio. And right from this menu, you can have both the radio and maps at the same time if you like. You have your phone. The mic is built in right here, so you don't have to worry about miking or really snaking a wire. If you're familiar with these older aftermarket radios, everything's built right here, built in. Your USB and auxiliary input also right here. The capability really is amazing. And you can stream. You can stream movies or content as you drive. I'll show you that. That's really one of my favorite things as you drive down the road. So let me get back to here. Hold on, home. Just to quickly show you, we have the clock, of course. Phone Link is hooking up your phone. This also does support Android, USB. This is your radio stations, traditional radio. Bluetooth music setup. I'm not gonna bore you with that. Everything is right here. Super easy to use. This works well if you wanna change the way you want your sound. It works terrific. I've had no issues with this whatsoever. The two drawbacks is, number one, the warranty is really unknown. It's an unknown warranty in the sense that if you have a problem, you email the seller. What does that mean? 30 days, 60 days? So that's the risk you're taking. The second thing is, you see how the radio is sort of pushed back? I tend to like the radios to be a little bit more further forward. So the volume, for example, would be more further up instead of far back like this. But this is as far forward as I can make the radio. And I have a feeling, just doing this in the past with Sonys and Kenwoods, typically when I install the radio, I have it almost flush with the bezel, and I can't do it on this radio. It just doesn't allow it. But that's okay. Like I said, 125 bucks, not really a big deal. Let me show you how, it's really called mirror. Let me show you how you can mirror your phone directly onto the screen. So this is just a USB cord. Let's plug it into the phone. Okay, and what we're going to choose is mirror. So this is really cool if your kids are in the car or your passenger wants to watch a certain movie. So far so good, and what I'll do over time is I'll just pin a comment every month, 2 months, 3 months, and just give you guys an update how the radio is holding up. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.